Good morning, everyone. I believe the witness will be here this morning. Good morning, Ms. Lombard.
Good morning, my Lord.
Are you better this morning?
As you That's correct, my Lord. Yes, my Lord.
I have to remind you that you're still under oath.
Ik wil voor u herinneren, u was nog steeds aan eed. That's correct, my Lord. En is goed, my Lord.
So take a deep breath.
U moet net die asem die bak,
I know it's difficult.
Ik weet dat het makkelijk niet.
Put yesterday behind you.
Can you please repeat that, my Lord?
Just relax. Listen to the questions. And just try and understand the question and then answer the question.
U moet net ontspannen, u moet naar die vraag luisteren en met die verstaan en die vraag verstaan, dan kan u antwoord nee.
If you feel uncomfortable, just let us know.
Als je ongemakkelijk voelt, u moet voor laten weten. Maar ik weet niet.
Thank you.
My Lord, ik heb iets op my Lord oor te aandag van die dochter af.
My Lord, I have something that I have to, or I must give over to my Lord that comes from the daughter.
Did anybody see this document? Mr. Harms, I don't know what it is. Have any problem if I take a peek?
No, probably comes from the doctor.
Miss Kabay?
Morning, my Lord. I haven't seen anything from the doctor.
But do you have any issue if I take a judicial peek into the document?
I have no issues, my Lord.
Thank you. Mr. Sidnarayan? Ms. Swanepoel?
We have not seen the note either, and we have no problem with
I will take a peek and see what it is and then decide how to deal with it. It was dated yesterday. And it's from, I take it it's a general practitioner that records what had happened to the witness yesterday, and that the witness would be able to continue today. I will not read out onto the record the medical condition. If there's nothing on the merits in this document, so I'm not going to have it as an exhibit. If counsel needs to see the document, I can provide you the opportunity to have a look at it in private. But before I go there, the witness has a legal representative. He's not here today, so I first wanted to be raised with a legal representative, as these are private and confidential information relating to her medical condition, so that the witness can be well advised to make an informed decision whether this is exposed to anybody else. As indicated, there is nothing in the document that deals with the merits of the evidence. Thank you, Mr. Hans. The person who put this little microphone onto my microphone, if you give me a piece of duct tape, I'll ensure that it's properly fitted and it doesn't fall off. Yes, thank you. Before you start, I was thinking that we run for an hour and 3/4 approximately. We take a 15-minute break. Then we run till about 1, and that should cover the day. Good. Thank you, Mr. Ranson.
Thank you, my Lord. My Lord, may I request with the leave of the court that
Yes, I'm with you.
Exhibit R and Exhibit X be placed before the witness. That's the confession and the 204 statement.
Exhibit R and Exhibit X.
Correct, my Lord.
So I was in fact able to view the video last night.
My Lord, yes, as indicated before, there are various videos. I did view the one video which is marked video MOV002.
It's broken up into 4 parts.
Yes.
So one I think is about 36 seconds.
Indeed, my Lord.
It's short. Then there's one with I think 36 minutes and 11 seconds. Then there's 3 and 4. I could open all 4 of them for the length that they ran. I didn't add up all the minutes. I just looked at it and listened mostly. But I tried to observe demeanor, and I didn't have the confession with me, the written one, when I viewed it. But I could recall certain issues that were raised. So if you want to cross-examine on it, it is fine. Do you need me to have the video in front of me and you cross-examine? Because it can be arranged.
My Lord, I would submit, if I may, that I have confirmed, and I don't want to give evidence from the bar, but on having viewed the video MOV02, I think that is 36 minutes one, yes it is. It indicates the manner in which the information was relayed by the deponent to the officer taking the confession. And I have made notes on my notes. I refer to something.
It's fresh in my memory, but if you need me to have the video at hand, I can just have my register fetch my iPad. I've saved it in the cloud, but we have a Wi-Fi router, and I can just connect to the Wi-Fi router, and I can view it from the cloud on the bench. But let's cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes, my Lord. I will, referring to the confession and obviously the written confession, I have also made notes as to which time slot it appears on the video that I'm referring to.
Yes, thank you.
But I don't think I would respectfully submit, numbly submit that it would be a waste of time to go and view it on the video as well.
It's fine. If needs be, you can continue. I'm going to ask my registrar, Joshlin. My iPad is in my laptop bag, behind my laptop, and then you can just switch on the router and I'll connect automatically.
Maybe
If that's it.
Of course, the issue of the video was raised in cross-examination. The witness has not viewed the video. So if she's going to be cross-examined on the video itself, then that might be necessary to play that snippet.
Let's see how it goes.
Thank you.
I just want it at hand once we get there.
Thank you.
So once we get to the point that Mr. Harmsen starts cross-examining on the video, I will then take the hard copy and mark it as Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
Good. Yes, thank you, Mr. Harmsen.
thank you. The only reference on the video would be needed if there are any disagreement from the witness as
So-
to what it's to say.
So let's kick off.
I deal with the video from
Yeah.
the beginning. Thank you, Ron. Ms. Lombard, morning.
Goedemorgen, meneer.
Morning, sir.
You'll recall when we stopped yesterday that we were dealing with the aspect in your evidence that occurred on Sunday, in your evidence on Sunday, 18th February 2024, in the morning, where we were dealing with the aspect of the children, your children, whether they were with you, when they were with you, and when they weren't with you, in terms of your evidence. You remember that?
Kan u onthou gister het gevraagd oor u se getuienis waar u die wat u getuig het om te sê die van die 18de nee van Februarie maand laas jaar dat u se kinders was saam gewees en wanneer was hulle met u gewees? Kan u dit onthou?
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
Now, I would submit that we are finished with that aspect about the children.
Ek sal sê dat ons is klaar vir daai aspek van kinders.
So your evidence, in terms of your, let me just check, you had Section 204 document before you,
Yes, my lord, the document is here.
and you also have access there to the confession.
Indeed, both documents, my lord.
Thank you. I want to refer you to the Section 204 statement that you made to page 6, paragraph 8.
Ik wil voor u verwijzen naar de 204 verklaring aan paragraaf 8.
You'll see on the previous page of that document, the 204, page 5, on the top, there's a subheading or there's a heading that says Zondag 18/02/2024. You see that?
U kan sien op de vorige bladzij, dat sê daar zondag die 18e van die tweede maand 2024. Kan u dit zien?
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
And you can tell me if you recall, and I'll put it to you, that it was submitted in court and it was stated that Mr. Apollos there's evidence in the instructions in respect of the evidence that you laid about the morning of Sunday, 18th February, in his version, in his instruction, that was on the 17th, Saturday, not Sunday, but I just want to confirm that that was put before the court.
You don't have to repeat it, it was put yesterday.
Yeah, thank you, my lord. So now I'm referring you to paragraph 8 of page 6 of your 204 statement.
Ik wil ook even verwijzen naar paragraaf 8 van bladzijde 6 van deze 204 verklaring.
You will notice there in the third line of paragraph 8, third line from the top, it says, Kelly tel toe 'n klip op en kap by die kamervenster uit.
You will notice there on paragraph 8 on the third line it says that Kelly picked up a stone and threw the window, the room window out, or broke the window.
You see that?
Can you see?
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, my question to you is if we view, and I'll put it to you now, where you can take the confession out and you go to page 2. If you view the confession, page 2, the Romeo page 2.
As we see now, the betekenissen van bladzijde.
Which page are you referring to?
The second page that your lordship referred to as Romeo, page 2. The captain started making notes. My document is a little bit mixed up. Page 1 was the completion of the questions. Mm-hmm. And the
that's
page,
how I marked it.
Yeah. And then that was marked by your lordship as page 1. And it follows after page 20 of 26 of the confession. Page 1.
Yeah. Is it a page that starts with this? That the page you're referring to?
The page 2 that I remember referring to, my lord, that on top of it says Laurentia Genevieve Lombard verklaar verder, and then one line open, then it says is 'n naam.
Yeah, I didn't read the word.
Sorry, my lord.
I didn't read the word.
I won't give the word.
And it's not naam either.
I will not.
Because
yes, it's referenced there with Fani, which is the...
For some other reason, I was given a document to mark that was obviously in the wrong sequence.
Sorry, my lord, I apologize. I did not hear that.
So that page that you're referring to,
Yes, ma'am.
must be read with page 17 of 26. I thought council would have known that.
I'm aware of that.
Because the last part of (17 of 26), second last line, reads as follows. Sy gaan nou na Fani se vrou toe. So that's Stephanus, not yourself.
Never. Indeed, my lord.
Om te gaan sê Fani is 'n naier en Fani Joel in die ronde. So I have to skip from page 17 of 26 to the manuscript page 2. Otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Yes, I have that. That's what I refer to.
And, yeah. So if you're on that paragraph, that's the context. So carry on, ask your question.
Now, let me first check you. Do you understand where we are now, Ms. Lombard?
Verstaan from Lombard waar ons nou?
That's correct, my lord.
Yes.
So just for the sake of completeness, as His Lordship now said, have a look at page 17 of page 26.
As ons nou na geluister 17 van 26.
That's the last part of that page, and the next continuation of that, of the evidence, is then the page 2, which is in my document a little bit later, a couple of pages further. You understand?
Can you please repeat that again, my lord?
Can I repeat which? If you look at page 17, as His Lordship has just indicated, of the confession page, it says on top, page 17 of 26. You get to the end of that page where it says, sy vrou toe om te gaan na Fani. The next page that follows on that is Romeo page 2. And then there's a sentence.
Mr. Harmse, we are all on the same confusing pages now.
Yeah.
Just ask your question.
Yeah. Right. The contents that is there on page 2 that I'm referring to refers to the incident when the detective was there. In that page, there's one paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph deals with what happened when the detective was there. About the
Mr. Harms, just get to the point. Ask your question.
Why, on that page in your concession, do you not refer to Kelly having taken a stone and broken a window? You also don't refer...
No. One question at a time.
Sorry, no. Yeah. In that paragraph on
just
page 2...
You've asked the question. Just, Mr. Harmse, just have a seat. You know, we've gone through it yesterday. And on a previous occasion, I have told counsel, we are not working here with a sophisticated witness. And it's a general rule that we ask one question at a time. So the question posed is, why in this confession, in that paragraph, nothing is said about breaking of the window? Now the witness can answer and then Mr. Adams can continue.
The witness is asking so that I can really watch my mood. En die eerste bekentenis die probeer verwys na 'n paragraaf. En hierdie eerste bekentenis, daar is geskryf dat het gesê of het gesê dat Kelly het 'n klip opgetel en 'n venster uitgeslaan. Nou die probeer van dat hoekom dit so. Onthou u dat in se 204 die probeer het vir u gewys na bladsy 6 toe, paragraaf 8 en die derde lyn waar daar is geskryf dat Kelly het 'n klip opgetel en die venster uitgeslaan. So die probeer van in eerste bekentenis, confession in Engels, hoekom is dit so geskryf en daai gedeelte is daar.
Ik heb het gezien en mijn verklaringen.
I did say it in my statement.
It's because of these long preambles where the confusion comes. I'm going to take you back.
Ik ga verliezen terugvat een beetje.
You made a statement that Captain Lombard wrote the one that's typed that you have with you.
Je hebt een verklaring gemaakt dat kapitein Lombard gevat geneem het wat hij nou in je hand heeft.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
In that statement, you mentioned picking up of the stone or the rock and breaking the window.
En die verklaring wat u in u hand heeft, u het genoemd dat dat 'n klip was opgetel en 'n venster uitgeslaan.
Are you still with me?
Is u saam met ons?
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Now you remember, we call it a confession. That's the statement you made with Captain Sylvia.
Onthou nou daar's 'n confession
The
nie.
woman with the grey hair with the springbok top on.
'n confession, 'n bekentenis en by daardie persoon en u kan dan uit 'n grys kopie en met 'n springbok aan.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Now you will recall that she wrote everything down and it was also video recorded.
U kan onthou dat sy het goed neergeskryf nie wat maar ook 'n video-opname was geneem.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
When you were with her, that was the 15th of March, if I recall.
Die tyd wat ek saam met haar gewees het, as ek reg onthou of as ek kan onthou, dit was op die 15de van Maart maand.
That's correct, my
You
lord.
didn't say anything about breaking of the window.
Maar u het niks genoem van dat 'n venster was gebreek of 'n klip was opgetel om die venster breek of uitslaan.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
So the question is, why not?
Nou die vraag is, hoekom nie?
Want dit is wat ik nou op die statementvaardig had gezegd, is het afgeschreven.
The time that I was giving her the statement and she was writing it down,
Was ik hier mijn volle positief geweest niet.
I was not on my full positiveness, my lord.
Okay? Now the second one. The second point.
My lord, can I just establish exactly? She said she was not at her full
Positiveness.
positiveness.
Yes.
She used the word in Afrikaans positive.
Positive. Thank
So
you.
the translation for that would be, or could be, full and sober senses.
Thank you, my lord. The second question.
If you would go to section 217, these are the words being used. But carry on.
Thank you, my lord. My second question is, also in your paragraph 8 on page 6 of that document that Captain Lombard took down from you, the last sentence in that paragraph says, Kelly het ook 'n mes in haar hand gehou en gedreig om vir Boeta dood te steek. Do you see that sentence?
Sorry, my lord. Ook net op bladsy 6, daar, u kan sien daar is geskryf dat Kelly het 'n mes gevat en hom vir Boeta steek.
Do you see that?
Kan u dit sien?
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, ek kan sien dat.
Now my question is, why in the confession, I'm putting it to you that it is not in the confession. Also, why is it not in the confession that you refer to that action of Kelly that you gave evidence about? Why is it not there?
Nou my vraag is, dit staan hier in u se 204 verklaring, nee, maar dit staan hier in u se bekentenis sê, dat Kelly het 'n mes gevat en hom vir Boeta gesteek het.
Yes. Yes. So the question of the knife is also absent in the confession. That's what was put to you. Do you know why?
Weet u hoekom staan dit in u se bekentenis sê, dat Kelly het 'n mes gevat en hom vir Boeta steek, maar dit staan in u se 204 verklaring.
ek het agterna het ek by geval dat ek het verkeerd gesê.
He came to me afterwards that I said you mentioned something wrong. I spoke wrongly.
But you do confirm that the manner in which the confession was taken with you, you spoke to Captain Celia, she would write it down, and it is evident from the video, after she's written it, she'd read that sentence back to you, and then you confirm it's correct. And then at the end of confession, she also went through the whole confession again. You remember that's the modus operandi, that's the way it was done?
Kijk, u weet dat die persoon wat die verklaring neergevat het nie, of neergeskryf het, en het is stuk geskryf, en het dan nie gelees nie, en u was u was gelukkig wat neergeskryf was nie, en ook aan die einde van die verklaring, die persoon het ook weer die hele verklaring met u gegaan, en u het op die einde geteken.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
So what I'm emphasizing is that you had two opportunities to correct any mistake, in inverted commas, that would have or could have been made by the Celia, and that didn't happen. Do you have any comment about that?
U het nie kans gehad om enige van terecht te maak nie, en dat is enige van terecht te maak, maar u het dit nie gedoen nie. As correct, sir. En sê wat die probeer sê nie, is 'n verklaring op die tyd dat die persoon die eerste verklaring neergeskryf het. Die persoon het neergeskryf en 'n paragraaf verduidelik en nie gelees en nie was gelukkig met daarmee. En die einde van die verklaring die persoon het van die punt A tot die laaste punt begin en dit gelees en u was gelukkig met die inhoud van die verklaring en op die einde het gelees, het geteken. So nou wat die prokureur sê of sê en stel en is dit, u het twee kanse gehad om te wys nee, daar is verkeerd, maar u het dit gedoen.
Dit was 'n fout geweest, my lord.
Right, now, let's look at paragraph 13 of your 204 statement.
Laat ons nou paragraaf 13 toe gaan.
That's on page 6
now
as well.
again exhibit
It's also on page 6.
X. It's the same paragraph we dealt with yesterday.
Yes, my lord, but I'm dealing on another aspect, not
I know.
about the children.
I know.
Do you see that paragraph 13 of...
Sien u paragraaf 13 en dit is
Page-
dezelfde bladsy 6, sien u dit?
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, that's correct.
That paragraph says, and that was the Sunday afternoon, your evidence in the document 204, ongeveer 13:45 is ek terug na Kelly se huis and the children we've dealt with. My kinders was saam met my die keer. Now, if you compare that, you understand what it says there? It says your evidence is in this document that you went to Kelly's house at 13:45, which is 1:45, Sunday afternoon. You understand that?
Verstaan u wat die paragraaf 13 staan? Dit sê dat u het na Kelly se huis toe gegaan na die middag, 1:45 en u het gegaan na met u se kinders.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Okay, now if we go back to the confession, the next page that I referred to before was page 2. If you go to the next page,
So it's, I don't know whether that copy that she has, whether the pages were numbered.
that's the one after the one, page
Yeah, but
2.
the copy that she has, no, it's the confession. It's on the written part. I marked it page 3. I don't know whether the copy that the witness has, whether those pages were marked. But it's the page that starts on top op Sondag namiddag.
Indeed, my lord, I am indebted to your lordship.
So we're going to discuss whether 1345 is in the namiddag. Yes. So my 3 is the one starting op Sondag namiddag. 4 is to vra ek vir haar. 5 is oor geld nie. And 6 is to sê ek nee. Are you with me? Just for the marking of the pages.
Thank you, my lord.
So that it's easier for the interpreter and the witness to locate the correct page. So it will be manuscript, the one that's written, page 3, and it starts with op Sondag namiddag.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Adamson.
Thank you, my lord. Now, you have that there. I'm going to refer you to first. Let's go to the confession first, page 3, and it starts, as His Lordship had mentioned, on Sondag namiddag. Do you see that sentence starting with those words?
Laat ons gaan na eerste bekentenis toe nie, aan bladsy 3. Dit begin daar op 'n Sondag namiddag. Kan u dit sien?
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
And the sentence proceeds, ek weet nie hoe laat nie.
I don't know what time it was.
Ek het weer teruggegaan na Kelly se huis.
I went back again to Kelly's house.
My question to you is why, if that is compared to your 204 statement on page 6, paragraph 13, why does that document say ongeveer 13:45 is terug na Kelly se huis? Why did you in the second statement mention the time, but in the confession you said you didn't know what time it is? Why is that different?
Hoekom is daar 'n verskil mee in eerste 204 verklaring en noem die tyd as 2:15, nee, maar in eerste bekentenis is seker van die tyd nie.
Ik heb die tijd dat ik die statement van het, ik heb die tijd geweten. Had het na waar ik die andere statement toen ik die tijd gegeven.
Kan u weer herhalen asseblief?
Die tijd dat ik die statement gegeven, toen ik die tijd neergeschreven. En die andere statement ik die tijd gegeven.
When I gave the statement, I did not write down the time from it, but when I gave the other one, that's where I wrote or gave the time.
Now the second statement, Exhibit X, the one that Captain Lombard took, that was in October of last year.
Die tweede verklaring wat Kaptein Lombard geskryf het, dit was in Oktober maand laas jaar.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
And the first one, the confession,
En die tweede die bekentenis,
Exhibit R, that was on the 15th of March.
en die bekentenis, dit was op die 15de maart.
So if I understand your answer, that in March you weren't certain of the time, but in October you had an idea because you guessed the time as 2:45.
As ek u reg verstaan, in maart maand die 15de net, u was nie seker van die tyd nie, maar in Oktober maand het ek kom Kaptein Lombard die sy verklaring neem, u was seker op die tyd geken soos u geskryf het, 2:45.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
When, at what stage did you become more certain of the time?
Of wanneer het u seker geword van die tyd?
Toen was de loop van die maanden tot oktober maand toe.
As time
But
went
ik weet-
by, we read October to October month.
I just want to follow up. I see the October statement was taken at a correctional center.
Ek sien aan die Oktober maand se verklaring, dit was geneem by die correctional center.
Were you in custody for that whole period?
Was u in hegtenis gewees daardie tyd?
Dis Oktober maand.
October month.
Dis correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
You were arrested in March. You made that statement shortly after your arrest, and then you had almost 7 months. In fact, it's 7 months, and the final signature, because it started on the 11th, it seemed, and it was completed on the 16th. So it was about 7 months later, and you were in custody all that time.
U het 'n verklaring gegee in Maart maand, nee, en dan wat u gearresteer was en u het 'n verklaring gegee 7 maande later, dit was in Oktober maand, een van de hegtenisjare.
Dis correct, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Thank you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you. Lord, I just inquire and the other sisters of the court if on each point I refer to what time it is in the video recording. Please give it.
Yeah. You may.
Thank you, my lord. This aspect on page 3 was dealt in the video, in the confession on the video. As I referred
Which one of the movies?
video MOV 2, and the time was at 16, double point 0 seconds, at 16 minutes and 30 seconds. Starts from there. So we'll move on to the next aspect on that same page of the confession, page 3.
Ons gaan nou voortgaan, maar nog steeds op bladsy 3 van die eerste bekentenis.
And I really don't want to go through all the evidence verbatim, word for word, but I just need to get you to look at the right references, the right comparisons of words that you use in the confession and that report. There it says on page 3, the third line, it says, "Toe staan ek buitekant by die hoek."
Ek gaan nie weer die hele verklaring van u nie, maar hy gaan vir u verwys na ander goed, sekere punte, en dan ek ons kyk na u staat 204, nee. En dit sê dat u toe het u by die hoek gestaan, I stood at the corner.
Now let me just place that in context. The sentence before that says, "Ek het weer teruggegaan na Kelly se huis toe." And then the sentence comes, "Toe staan ek buitekant by die hoek." Do you see that on the confession?
Kan u dit sien op u se verklaring dat ek het na Kelly se huis toe gegaan en toe het ek by die hoek gestaan.
Dis correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Now if you compare that to paragraph 14, also on page 6 of the statement you gave to Captain Lombardi.
As u vergelijking maak met wat u op bladsy 3 staan op u en wat u op u se 204 getuienis wat kaptein Lombard geskryf het.
Paragraph 14 says toe by haar huiskom gestaan, ek stil by die kant van die hoek ook, want ek het gehoor Kelly moet praat in hulle kamer. Ek gaan staan aan hulle kamerkant van hulle huis. Are you with me?
Is u saam met my?
Dis correct, my lord.
That's correct.
En dan, komma, dis die kamer wat die stukkende kamervenster het wat Kelly vloerstukken geslaan het.
Dis correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Now your confession, as I've referred to first, just says, toe staan ek buite kan die huis, toe hoor ek Kelly en Boeta praat.
En u se bekentenis sê dat ek het by die hoek gestaan toe ek vir Kelly en Boeta hoor praat.
Dis correct.
That's correct.
Now my question is the same as the previous time when I referred to the broken window. Why does the confession not refer to that you were standing at the broken window like your 204 says, where you said in the 204 you did? Why doesn't it say that?
Maar nou, ek wil nou hoekom staan dit so in u se 204 getuienis en dit maar dit staan nie daar in u se bekentenis nie. Hoekom verander jy dit toe goed?
Ik heb achter bij die venster, ik heb die venster staan, die rechtstukkend is daar ik gestaan.
I stood by the window when the window was broken apart.
Can I just intervene and maybe try and assist? Just so that we don't repeat the background and the preamble all the time. I've explained to you the two different statements, one with Captain Lombard, the other one with Captain Sillier.
Ek wil vir u verduidelik nie, die een verklaring wat u met Kaptein Lombard en die ander een met Sillier.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord?
Now we know in the statement to Captain Sillier, there's no mention of breaking a window or a broken window.
Ons weet ons sien hier by Kaptein Sillier se verklaring wat hy geneem het en wat geneem het deur Kaptein Sillier. Dis geen melding van venster wat gebreek was in 'n stukkende venster.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord?
Now we've dealt with that before, and you gave a reason why you did not mention it. And I'm not sure whether I said full and sober senses. The act actually used the word sound and sober senses. Where you indicated that you were not by your follow positiva. Can you recall that?
Kan u ook onthou u het gesê u was nie by u se volle positiewe nie?
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, that's correct, my lord.
So you told her you were standing on the left-hand side
U het van gesê u het op die linkerkant gestaan
of the house
van die huis
at the corner.
by die hoek.
Can you recall that?
Kan u dit onthou?
Yeah, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Now the advocate takes you to the October statement with Captain Lombard.
Nou, die probeer van vir u na die verklaring op u wat Kaptein Lombard gevat het.
And now you speak about this broken window, which you haven't spoken about in the first statement.
Nou, u praat hier van 'n stukkende venster of 'n venster wat uitgeslaan was, maar die ander verklaring u noem dit nie.
Can you maybe tell us why not?
Kan u miskien vir ons sê hoekom nie?
Die tijd wat ik die venster, die tijd wat ik die verklaring gevat heb, meneer Grijskop, was het geweest,
My lord, when I took this statement with the lady with the grey hair, my lord, I was, and the witness stopped.
was het geweest,
Kan u?
was het geweest,
I didn't hear you.
Kan u dit herhalen?
die tijd wat ik je statement bij die vrouw meneer Grijskop gevat heb.
Yeah.
The time I gave the statement to the lady with grey hair,
En ik je klaar nagegeven. En nagegeven.
I gave her the statement,
En
and then
toen was het niet die volle klaar wat ik van gegeven heb.
it was not the full statement or the entire statement that I gave her.
Ik het achterna,
Afterwards,
I'm going to divert slightly. Just bear with me, Mr. Adamson. I couldn't help to see when I looked at the video last night, you looked very different.
ek kan help voor die video gister gekyk het en dit baie anders.
dat was geweest, mijn lord.
It was not.
Except for the hairstyle and the weight that you picked up,
Behalve
but also
die-
your facial expressions and the total complexion.
Behalve die haarstyl en die oë en dat u die gewig opgetel het en sy voorkoms.
You were sitting to the right-hand side on the video
U het op die regterkant van die video gesit,
of Captain Sillier, that's the one with the grey hair,
van Kaptein Sillier, die vrou met die grys kop,
Dat is correct, mijn lord.
and the springbok top.
En met die springbok top aangehad het.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
And at one stage I was thinking that I could see that you were looking to see what she was hiding.
Op 'n stadium het ek gesien u lyk of u het gekyk om te sien wat skryf sy.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
But then I realized
Toe dit dan op
when the camera angle is different, it always looks as if your gaze was going down, as if you afkyk.
en soos die kamera geblees het met die kamera gestaan dat dit gelyk soos u as 'n persoon wat afkyk.
Now you told us the other day that prior to your arrest,
U het vir ons aandag gesê voor u se arrestasie,
you were using a lot of drugs.
u het baie dwelms gebruik.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
When were you arrested?
Die tyd wat u gearresteer was,
Can you remember the date?
kan u die datum onthou?
Dit was die 18e gewees wat ek by Woester gewees het.
It was the 18th when I was in Muslim.
Remember we went through this whole thing about when you realized, maybe the prosecutor can help us. What was the date that she was physically arrested?
She was collected on the 13th.
On the 13th.
The processing happened on the 15th.
No. But she
On the
was
13th collected.
she was taken in on the 13th.
That's correct.
Let's accept that for now. So it was 2 days after you were taken in from your home by the police when you made the statement to Captain Salia, the person with the grey hair.
Dit was 2 dae nadat u geneem was van u huis af, die tyd wat u die verklaring vir 'n kaptein Salia, die vrou mens met die grys kop.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
When was the last time that you used drugs and to what extent? How much did you use?
En wanneer was die laaste keer wat u dwelms gebruik het en hoeveel het u gebruik?
Dit was die tyd gewees wat ek en Ayanda moes gehardloop het. Dit was die laaste dag gewees wat ek nog gerook het.
And how long before the police took you from home was that?
Hoe lang was het voordat die polisie vir u gevat het van die huis af?
Hoe laat of hoe lang?
Hoe lang?
Ek verstaan nie.
I don't understand.
You say the last time you used drugs was when you and Ayanda had to flee.
U het gesê dat die laaste keer wat u dwelms gebruik het is dit wat u en Ayanda, ek kon nie die laaste part wat sê.
So, how long after you fled were you taken in by the police?
En hoe lang het u dwelms al? U het gesê genoem nie, die laaste keer wat u dwelms gebruik het is dit wat u en Ayanda gebruik het en Ayanda het weggegaan. Nee, of jy het weggegaan. So nou die hoofd wil weet hoeveel u het gebruik van dit oor. Dat is wat ons wil weet.
Ek het hy die vorige week jullie gerook, trouwens die maandag, toen ik naar Ayanda gevlieg die maandag aan.
I used the previous week, the whole week, my lord, and on the time when myself and Ayanda fled. Monday.
The Monday.
The Monday evening. The Monday evening.
And you were arrested or taken in on the Wednesday because the 6th was on a Wednesday. So 6 plus 7 would give you 13. So it would have been on a Wednesday.
So dit was op 'n woensdag gewees.
So that gives us 2 days before the arrest.
So dit is 2 dae voor die arrestasie.
I want to also tell the witness and counsel why I ask these questions at this stage.
Ek gaan ook vir die getuie sê en die prokureur opvra hierdie vraag op hierdie stadium.
Because I've noticed, more particularly when I looked at the video,
Want ek het gelet, spesifiek as ek na die video gekyk het,
the changes in the witness.
die verandering by die getuie.
And now I know the timeline between drug use, arrest, being incarcerated for 7 months, up to the second statement. so that you know these are the purpose of these questions, because ultimately I will have to make an evaluation of the quality of the evidence.
En die rede wat ek hierdie vraag gaan op hierdie tyd is die video getuig, die tyd wat die van die tyd wat die persoon gesteer was op die video, enkel by die persoon wat die verklaring geneem het. So, op die einde van die tyd moet ek evaluasie neem, so dit is die rede wat verstaan u hoekom vra ek al hierdie vrae, mevrou?
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Lombard. Apologies, I interrupted you. Mr. Harmsen, and I'm not going to mention your first name. Certainly, just as you planned it, you can go ahead. I wanted to, for myself also, to satisfy myself on the context, because as we're going along and I'm listening to the evidence, I make little side notes for when I have to go back to the evidence at a later stage, then I know the context. Thank you.
Thank you. I want you to do this as quickly as I can. On the same page of the confession.
We're back at page 3.
Page 3. In the middle of that page, there's one long paragraph. It starts at the top. Talks almost on and in the middle, I'll give you the exact line.
If you just give me the words, I'll try and find the line.
1499. Towards the right-hand side of that page, of that line 14, there's the word that starts En Tu Khan Sai in Buddha. It starts about.
Yes, it's almost in the middle of the page. And it's the last 3 words in that line. It says Se Kali, and then full stop, and then En Tu Khan Say. I just want to orientate the interpreter so that she finds the correct spot on the statement. Good. Yes, I have it.
And then, my lord.
You have it?
Yes.
And Ms. Martin says there, in Tu Khan, and this is, I must just remind everyone my son, this is what you told the captain with the grey hair. In Tu Khan Sai in Buddha, tot teen die pad, en wag vir die motor. You see that sentence?
Then she and Buddha went to the car in the to the road to the car.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
Now, the say, I put to you that it has been asked by the captain, and say that it is referring to the head.
Hierdie kaptein Lombard het gevra, die sy wat u na verwys, is dit Kelly?
Just to correct, because how it's now explained, that the confession was not taken by Captain Lombard. So just to explain the difference, because it was now interpreted, Captain Lombard het jou gevra, but
That's Captain Cillian. To make it easy for the witness, one might just refer to the captain with the grey hair. Makes it easier, because the surname Lombard has been. No, but it's been ghosting us. Last week I referred to the prosecutor as Ms. Lombard instead of Swanepoel. And today I refer to you as Mr. Lombard instead of Harmsen.
I was trying to refer to Captain Cillian.
So I hope we don't make that mistake again. But I can understand when you think it through. Do you understand the context? Because we've been talking about other things now. This is now the point when you spoke to the captain with the grey hair.
En dit is die tyd wat u gepraat het met die kaptein met die vrouwens met die grijs hare. Die probeer gesê, hy het fout gemaakt, hy het gepraat van Celia, die vrouwens met die grijs hare.
Where you described to her that they went to the road.
Waar u beskryf het dat hulle na die pad toe gegaan.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Thank you.
Now, if you compare that, have a look at the statement to report, paragraph 21 and 22.
As ons nou vergelijking maak, as ons nou na ISA 204 getuienis toe, paragraaf
Page
21,
7 of the affidavit.
paragraaf 21 en 22, bladsy 7.
Okay, you see, paragraph 21 starts, Kelly and Joshlin thought you ate the ice cream.
So, Ida?
That's correct. That's correct, my lord.
Yes, that's correct.
And then in that paragraph, it is stated there that you asked Kelly where she's going.
En hier is een paragraaf waar ik vraag vir keer waar toe gaan sy.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct.
That she told you it's not your business, and then while she's walking past you in the direction of the canal and Goldbush.
Sy het vir u gesê dat is die u se besigheid nie, sy het geloop na die kanaalse en die kouwerse rigting toe.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
In paragraph 22,
En paragraaf 22,
then you first to Kelly that's walking over the canal,
en u verwys na Kelly wat oor die kanaal geloop het.
and you've got evidence in paragraph 22 says you and Kelly also walking in the same direction,
En dat u en Kelly het ook in dieselfde rigting geloop.
and that you then went and stood by the groot cliff, big rocks,
En u het by die groot klip gestaan.
and you watched Kelly
En u vir u Kelly het opgehou.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
and Joshlin,
En Joshlin.
That's correct.
That's correct.
where she was walking.
Want waar sy gestap het.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Now, my question to you is, why in your confession, and I'll give you the same answer, I'll give you a chance to answer, why in your confession you said to the captain with the grey hair that Kelly and Woodard went to the road and waited for the motor, and I'll get to the type of motor just later. Why in the confession and then months later you say it was just getting drunk?
In eerste 204 verklaar nie, u sê dat is Kelly en Joshlin wat geloop het na die Adonie, maar in u se bekentenis of die confession in Engels sê u sê dat is Boeta en Kelly wat na die voertuig toe gegaan het, maar jy gaan later kom wat soort voertuig dit was.
Jy was die mekaar gewees, my lord.
I was confused, my lord.
What we go, just one moment. So, remember this followed on the discussion that we skipped, where Buddha said he's still busy. This was your evidence when you started.
Onthou dat ek kom van die tyd wat u begin het te getuig en die Boeta het gesê hy is besig.
And that's also in line with Exhibit X, the statement you gave to Captain Lombard.
En dit is ook in die verklaring wat u vir Kaptein Lombard gegee het.
Now specifically, the important point is that your evidence and the statement says that evening Kelly took Joshlin with her to what turned out to be the white polo.
Maar nou u of dit sê hier het verklaar nie, wat belangrijk is, die belangrike punt is dat Kelly en vir Joshlin na die kaart toe geneem wat een polo is.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Now the point that Mr. Harmsen makes, when you made the statement to Captain Sylvia, the woman with the white hair,
En die tyd wat die verklaring gemaakt het nie, by die tannie of die vrouwens met die grijs hare,
you told her that it was Kelly and Buddha that went to the polo.
U het vir haar gesê dat dit was Kelly en Boete gewees wat na die polo toe gegaan het.
Dis korrek, my lord.
You told me you made a mistake.
En dat is correct, my lord. En u het gesê u het 'n fout gemaak.
Dis korrek, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
And the mistake was because you were confused.
En die fout was want u was te mekaar gewees.
Dis korrek, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Hamza.
Ms. Lord, bearing in mind that your response about why things have been said by you in response to Captain Video with what you were confused. How confused could you be? This is sort of my question to you. How confused would you have been to, at your confession, say to the captain, toe staan Buddha en die sypaadjie en Kelly is alleen by die Sangoma.
Hoe kan u so te mekaar wees? U sê dat Boete het by die pijppunt by die sypaadjie gestaan, nee, en toe praat Kelly met die Sangoma.
Soos ek het voorheen gesê, ek was die mekaar en was bang geweest.
As I said that I was confused and I was scared, yeah.
Want ek het nog nie voor iemand gepraat
Because I haven't spoken in front of someone before,
en die voor die camera's geweest sien.
and I haven't been in front of cameras.
Now I'm going to refer to this later, but I'll mark this.
Why don't you wrap up that point by going to paragraph 27 in Exhibit X. Because
I'm just a little bit more.
then you can complete the point. It'll make it easier. It'll also cut the cross-examination short, because you don't need to go back to that point. You would have established what you want to establish.
I just didn't want to skip paragraphs 24 and 25.
No, I wanted to go to the positive statement in 27, in paragraph 27.
Ms. Lombard, have a look at paragraphs 27, page 8 of Exhibit X.
Even meneer Lombard moet naar paragraaf 27 van in bladzij 8.
Remember that was a statement taken by Captain Lombard, this time I mean Captain Lombard, that you make, or that he made, on what you did. And that paragraph 27 says, Buddha het nooit gegaan na die polo nie.
U moet het nou nie, dit is die verklaring wat u aan kapitein Lombard gegee het en die kapitein Lombard het neergeskryf. U het hier geskryf, dit is daar geskryf, Buddha het nooit na die polo toe gegaan. Buddha never went to the polo.
Dis correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
It's correct that you said that in your paragraph, and I'm asking you why did you say that in this paragraph and in March 2024? You told the captain of the Gravy that Kelly went with Buddha, not with Joshlin, with Buddha to the car with single mates.
Nou, ek wil van u weet, nee, hoekom u dan die vrouwmees met die grijskop gesê dat Kelly het met Buddha gegaan, nie met Joshlin.
Dit moet geweest het so Joshlin, nie Buddha nie. Buddha was nooit saam met die Paulo gegaan nie.
It had to be Joshlin, not Buddha. Buddha did not go to the polo.
Let me hear what you're saying. Let me just point out to you. In your confession, also on paragraph on page 3, and I'm skipping the difference between the golf and the polo.
I don't think we need to go there, because if you look at the video, she completes the sentence and she says a golf, and then the captain writes another sentence and then she says, jammer mevrou, ek het 'n fout gemaak, dis eintlik 'n polo.
Indeed.
So,
I can argue that.
yeah,
So let's just look at that same page 3 on the confession. then it says there, in 2, sien dat net die sangoma gee iets vir Kelly.
I just saw that the Sangoma is giving something to Kelly.
And then there was a discussion between you and Captain on the video to be clear between you and Captain Skea about help. You mentioned the word help, and the Captain specifically asked you, was it help? Was it money? You confirmed yes, money.
Dit is daar op die video nie, op die video. Het gesê geld toe vra die kaptein, Celia of die vormies met die grijskop het gevra en het geld toe sê ja.
Do you see that? Have you comment on that?
Kan u kommentaar daaroor?
Ik heb het antwoord voor dat met me.
I don't have an answer for that, my lord.
See, there was similar between your Exhibit X, your 4, and Exhibit, the confession, Exhibit R. In both of them, you refer, having seen what Kelly did with that item. Let's just at this stage call it the item.
En sien dat diezelfde lek of diezelfde is van u se verklaring, die bekentenis in 204, u sê dat u het gesien wat die Kelly gemaak of gedoen van die item. Ons gaan het noem item op die oomblik.
In both these documents, you very specifically tell the transcriber who's taking your statement that in the one sentence you talked about X, you didn't know what it was, and the other document you said it was help.
En die ene document, u praat van iets, en u weet wat het is, maar aan die ander document, u praat van geld.
Mr. Adamson, I take it you are referring to paragraph 26 of the statement.
I'm referring to paragraph 26.
That, no. So in the confession statement, whether that's a confession or not is another story. It's a confession statement taken in the style of a confession. She specifically says it was money. Right? No explanation. When I looked at the video, I expected a follow-up question. Say, how did you know it was money?
Which from Captain Smith, as I said.
Yeah, but it wasn't there. Right? If you look at the discussion in Exhibit X, I'm putting this to you because I think if you don't read the full context, then the question would be unfair to the witness. She discusses in Exhibit X how Kelly was speaking to the woman. The woman gave her something, and she then put it in the front of her pants. Then in 26, ek kon nie sien wat dit was die vrou vir Kelly gegee het nie. I couldn't see what it was that the person gave to Kelly. But that's not where it ends, because the context of that sentence says, ek het aanvaar, dit was geld. I accepted it was money. So, do we really have to make a lot about it, except for just pointing it out?
My point actually was going to compare the part that I think between the part that is identical between the Exhibit X and Exhibit R. And the RD's perspective, and the witness is saying that she was a bit democratic.
You see, all of these documents, both of the documents, the witness confirmed that she was the source of the information in the affidavits. It's there. Exhibits are there. We don't have to go through each and every one that can be argued at the end of the day. But the important points, you have to ask the questions. Because of what the witness said earlier, when she made the statement to Captain Celia, that might be overarching, but we'll leave that for a later day. But I want to ask a different question, seeing that I've interrupted you. At the time when you were with Captain Celia, that is the person with the grey hair,
Die tyd wat u was met die vrouwmens met die grijskop,
you were facing these charges.
u het na die aanklag gekyk.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, my lord, that's correct.
And this case was only about the disappearance of Joshlin.
En die saak wat net van verdwijning van Joshlin,
That's correct,
Do
my
you
lord.
agree?
that's correct, my lord.
I want to understand
Nou, ek wil verstaan
that the focus of all the persons speaking about this will be about Joshlin. Do you agree?
Can you please repeat that, my lord?
Do you agree?
I was just requesting, my lord, can you please repeat what you said
So
before?
the focus of yourself and the police and everybody else would be all about Joshlin and her movements.
En is de focus en die politische focus en allemaal zijn is maar niet die beweging van Joshlin geweest, is de correct word.
That's correct, my lord.
That's correct, my lord.
So if Joshlin was with Kelly on the Sunday evening to the polo,
So as Joshlin was dan met Kelly naar die polo geweest die zondag,
how could that be confused in the context with replacing Joshlin with Buddha?
hoe kan het nou om die mekaar te wees om met Buddha en Joshlin se plek zet?
Do you understand my concern?
Verstaan die probleem wat ek hier mevrouw?
Ik verstaan meneer.
Do you understand, my lord?
Do you have any comment?
Is daar enige commentaar?
Nee, my lord.
No, my lord.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.
Thank you, Madam.
Mr. Armstrong, are you uncomfortable?
No, I'm fine.
Oh.
Thank you.
I thought you were uncomfortable because it looked as if you were in pain.
It's just better if I can sit down when I can.
Do you want to sit down? We can adjust the microphone for you. I know that you have a little bit of discomfort. You've told me in chambers. So if you want to have a seat and cross-examine from the chair, it's fine with me.
I'm indebted to your lordship. I cannot sit and cross-examine.
Good. Thank you.
The point that I'm trying to make, Mr. Gilmore, just to wrap up this point about the differences. There is a similarity in both statements.
Die ding wat u wil uitwys, mevrou, in u se verklaring toe nou vir se getuienis net en u se bekentenis, dat is goed dat moeder dieselfde link, of wat dieselfde is.
And the court has heard why you are offering an excuse why there might be some differences. You were somehow, some reason influenced. But the similarity is interesting for me here that you, in both statements, Exhibit X and on, you very clearly say that you saw that what Kelly did with this. In the confession you said money, and in the 204 you said it's something. She put that in front in her pants. In both statements, exactly the same.
U het verduidelik nie hoekom u kom u van die verskil u was te mekaar gewees, maar in u se 204, nee, u sê geld, maar in u se bekentenis u sê dat iets en die persoon het dit in Kelly met een sak gesit voor. En beide van die verklarings, dit is waar dieselfde dinge, waar dit dieselfde is. Verstaan u?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Now, if I move on from that point, now your evidence, and it is now two separate versions, one Kelly and Buta, other one Kelly and Joshlin, into the podium.
U nou verduidelik nie, en die een kant sê, u sê dat it's Kelly en Joshlin na die podium toe nie, en dan sê op die ander kant, ook op die ander kant is Buta en Kelly na die voertuig toe.
I'm sorry, I really do not mean to interfere at all. But can we just determine if the witness is feeling okay? I sit very close to her. I can see that her eyes are almost closed. I just want to establish if she's still comfortable or whether we should take a break. I'm sorry, I do not mean to interfere.
No, it's fine. Ms. Lombard,
Mevrou Lombard,
are you okay?
as jy reg?
My Lord,
Are you okay to continue?
ek is all right, my Lord.
I'm alright, my lord.
Do you want to take a break for a few minutes?
That's correct, my Lord.
Somebody decided they're going to put a clock on there so that I don't come in 1 minute too soon. Because I normally time myself so that I'm on the second at the door. It's 22 minutes past 10. Why don't we take until 22:11? So that's a longer break than what we anticipated. Give the witness an opportunity to refresh, and then we will resume. The court adjourned.